What's going on, guys? Today I'm really excited to share 3 lessons I have learned that have helped massively in my own property journey, in the hope that it can hopefully help kickstart your property journey if you're either new to the property game or you feel like this journey has somewhat slowed down for you. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, firstly, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. My name is Aaron, and if you follow me on any of my other socials, you may also know me as the Anxious Investor. And for the rest of you, welcome back. Now, investing in property can be a daunting experience. I totally understand that. And for anyone who feels even a little bit anxious about investing, I truly hope you find my videos relatable, and I also hope you find them informative enough to hopefully stick around and continue watching them, because my main goal is to make your journey a whole lot easier. And of course, get you to where you want to get to a lot quicker. Now, I've made my fair share of mistakes, and oh boy, do I have some mistakes to teach you. So without making this video any longer, let's get started. So people, today I'm going to be running through 3 mistakes that you do not want to make if you want to become a successful property investor. And don't worry, you don't have to buy anything from me. You don't have to join any dodgy free webinars where I'm going to try and upsell you something. All I need from you guys is to hopefully like this video. So the first one I want to talk about is not having a clear strategy. And for this one, the first thing you want to try and identify here is, why are you even investing in property? Why have you come across this channel? Are you investing for cash flow today, or long-term wealth, or maybe to replace your salary? Do you know this? Have you even considered this? In fact, if you're so clueless about this, don't worry. There's actually a free class that you can check right after this video, which is absolutely free on Skillshare, which I helped new investors or people potentially looking to invest work out how to set their goals. It's 100% free. And the best part of it is you also get 2 weeks of free Skillshare as well. So you might as well sign up, download my content, learn some other new skills, and then you can even cancel it in 14 days. So please do spend time on that if you haven't at least thought about your strategy. Because I know property is a funny old game, because there's actually a lot of creative ways that you can make money from it. But it also has a darker side too, the social media side. And if you spend too much time on that, you can get fixated on following the crowd or chasing the next new shiny thing. And everyone on social media is also a millionaire, whether they're doing service apartments, HMOs, buy-to-lets, or they're boasting about how great their fortunes are and how much money they're making. And if you're either stuck on a strategy or you're looking to get involved in property, it can be so easy to have your head turned and consider changing each and every day. Trust me, I've almost turned my head a few times, but don't. The number one thing from my experience, which I highly recommend, is that you master one thing first. You don't want to spread yourself too thin, because you'll likely make far too many mistakes and you won't make the progress you actually need in order to be a successful property investor. In my opinion, you want to ideally put at least 70% of your efforts into one main strategy, and then by all means use a 30% that's left over for something else. Or if you must, diversify that into 20% and 10%. But to be good at something, you need to do the following 2 things. Firstly, you need to spend some hours learning it. And secondly, you want to take some hard lessons on the chin. People usually call these failures, I just call it experience. So whether it's buy-to-lets, flips, HMOs, commercial conversions, assisted sales, rent-to-rent, deal sourcing, lease options, land development, just stick to one of them and do it good before you move on. Now this links us nicely on from step 1, sharing your journey on social media. If you're in this for the long game and maybe you're strapped for cash to get to your end destination, you're going to need to raise some finance along the way. So for that, I'd highly suggest you start documenting your journey on social media. Now, if you've noticed, I kind of embrace my shyness and my anxiety for a few reasons. One is obviously to be fully transparent with all of you about my mental health, but secondly, to hopefully give you guys watching this video today some confidence to become who you are and not let shyness or anxiety or even the opinions of others stop you from getting to where you need to get to. Now, I've also mentioned many times about finding your voice. Heck, I even have a podcast on that. That's pretty successful if anyone wants to check it out. Shameless plug over here. But the crazy thing about it is, by just documenting my journey, I've raised over £1 million of investor finance. And this has come from being able to connect with people I wouldn't normally connect with in my day-to-day life, and eventually allowing people to get to know me well enough, know, like and trust, as I mentioned before, through following the things I say and watching the things that I do, to then have the confidence to invest in me and my deals. And I promise you, this is more than possible for all of you. If you're able to get out of your own way and start building not only your story online, but online relationships with potential connections to help you in your property journey, you will surprise yourself. I promise you, you never know that you may already have someone in your friends list, for example, or in your circle who could already be sitting on a wad of cash. ready for you. But if you're not telling them what you're doing, how are they gonna know? However, if you are gonna go on socials and you're gonna completely ignore what I said, then at least tell everyone what you do. The more people you speak to, the more contacts you make, and the higher the probability that you will have of finding the right people to move you along this journey in the right direction. Now that links us nicely onto the third point, trusting the wrong people. As great as it is meeting investors and really nice people in this industry, sadly we also know the property game is full of some shady characters. Obviously nobody watching this video, I think. But in all seriousness, the world is full of some pretty funky characters. A simple Google search or maybe jumping onto property tribes and typing that person's name in may show their true characters. So make sure you do that. And also we live in a funny world where perception is a funny thing. Social proof, things like that you may have heard of. We are so quick to believe people based on their Instagram following or their YouTube sub count, or because they speak more eloquently than the next person. This is not how you should be doing your business or part with any of your money. Values are so much more important. And I always say that you should always trust but verify anything that anyone says. For example, if they say they have multiple 7-figure businesses, ask about them. Ask to see some returns. Check company's house. If they say they've won awards, for example, ask them who gave them the awards. Was this a national ceremony open to all developers? Or was it some company you either work for or train with? Now, I will actually be doing a video on how to do due diligence. That isn't an hour long like this one. So stay tuned for that, because I don't want to be that guy that has to one day say, I told you so. When you come back to me in a few months saying, I've invested money with a shark who's either closed down their company, gone bankrupt, or just left you in the lurk. In fact, what I'm actually going to do is share a story on how I almost lost everything to a property guru. So if you're interested in that, make sure you are subscribed. So anyway, in regards to building a great team around you and finding the people to elevate you to the next level, it's going to take patience. It will take an understanding of their values, meeting them more than once, verifying their claims and accolades, and just ensuring that you know everything that you possibly can to mitigate your risk. I would also like to add this incredible tip. Well, I call it incredible, but it will help you, as I want to give you something tangible to take away from this video. If someone is trying to sell you something or is being overly nice, just do me one favor. Throw a spanner in the works. Now, in case you're thinking, what the hell is that? Well, throwing a spanner in the works is a highly technical phrase for saying something they probably don't want you to say. For example, when gurus are all nice saying we can have chats and you can work with me and I can help you because I care and I want to serve and give you value, tell them you have no money and you're poor. Even if you're loaded, don't tell them that you've got money. I always advise people who tell me that they have a lot of money to spend, don't tell me you've got a lot of money to spend. And you're probably thinking, why would I do that? And the reason is simple, because I know if they're telling me that they've got £100,000 to spend, they're likely telling other people they've got £100,000 to spend, including sharks. People's demeanor towards you will change massively when they think that they can extract money from you. And it'll also change massively if they think you're of no value to them. So respond with a spanner in the works and just see how nice they are when they respond. And with that, my good friends, I think now is the time to leave you. I thought this would be a slightly different video because the main goal of this channel is to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes as myself and you get there quicker and you do it better. So hopefully it helped. I hope you have an awesome day. And now I think it's time to roll some bloopers. Thanks for watching. And I've had pain. In fact, if you're so clueless? Not sure what I was trying to say there, guys. Through following the things I say and watching the things, losing my finger.